Morning. Welcome to weekly forecast of Nifty top 10 stocks and major indexes. Today we are going to discuss about the possible trend for the next week in Nifty, Bank Nifty, gold, silver, crude, and top 10 stocks according to their weightages. We'll begin with the gold. 15-minute chart. So I'm changing to hourly. So last week we have discussed this, like by keeping the stop loss of this or SL, we can go for the buy. So it may consolidate here and go for 1760. So that was the earlier call. So I said stay in a buy mode because there is no sell, as because it has broken the trend line and it went inside the channel. So that was a good sign. So I'm just removing everything now so that it will be clear for what will be the next possible move. So I'll go for a daily chart so that it will give me a broader structure. Yes, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something has ended here in the form of 5 waves or in form of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm just keeping this as a fresh channel. So just a little bit of this so that hourly. For very short term, that was a, I think, resistance from this angle. Might have taken that, or from the downside might be. Okay. So this angle, it will be there. So something has new started here, maybe from this point or this point, but in the both ways we are in the buy side. So here it will be like a 1 and 2 or ABC. After this we may get some consolidation or some longer consolidation because this was a triangular structure. Here we may see flatter zigzag. So in there we can see one more up in case of gold. So I am not staying in a sell for the gold. So look for the buy in case of gold for the next week for at least like 1780, or further if it goes may face a resistance somewhere around 1800. So stay in a buy, not to sell in case of gold. For the silver, brilliant. So earlier said like silver, I would be selling first before it can go any further up. That was a call. At least up to the level of this, means this level, that is a 19, that was a buy. Uh, from there, I thought like it will be going downside, but it did not. We'll check with the. Yeah, this angle was obvious. Like here, it was like some diamond pattern or post this pattern. This will be like a clear cut break for here. That is a two-stage confirmation. Will confirm the buy. So here there is no sell as of now. So you can go up to the level of 61% or 80% of this total move. That will be coming nearly 20 USD and 21 USD. So here in case of silver, I am staying in a buy mode, maybe up to the level of 20 or 21. So stay in a buy, not to sell. Thirdly, US oil or crude. Crude structurally hasn't making any changes. Here it is consolidating. I'll add some fresh trend lines or channels so that it will be easy for us to recognize what will be the possible trend for the next week. So it may consolidate in between these two areas or make some triangle structure. So after that, it would be like continuation of this pattern, like this if it's lower lows. So one down, or if it is doing some other structure like A, B, and C, if something has ended, so that will be coming towards this for making a zigzag or a flat or some other structure. So as of now, you may expect some consolidation between the 103 and the 95 USD in case of crude oil. So once it finishes this structure, so behave according to that. Most of the time, what will happen, the triangles are continue the structure to the same which they earlier preceded. For example, this is the earlier trend and possible trend is this, and after that it may go because that will complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Otherwise, it will be like a 1, 2, and this another structure, and there it will find one more structure. So that is the possible trend in case of crude oil. So stay in a consolidation to sell mode in case of, sorry, that went crude oil. Okay, now it is USD INR. Did this happen? So this was hourly chart. So let me give some hint in case of USD INR. So earlier said like here it is at the top. So I said if you are already in the buy, please wait for some consolidation or downside, then we can make a fresh decisions. We say, but it had happened like from there it did not go upside, it coming down. So I just removing everything now so that I'll add a fresh trend line. So channel. So it's a very lengthy, means longer one. But if you see overall structure, it might be making a structure that of the triangle or yeah, triangle. Daily first. This angle, this will be the top, and from this angle, this will be the bottom, right? Okay. So it is at the top now. So it may correct a little bit. Maybe first in the initial level, I'm considering from here or something started from this end, or if it come a little bit higher also, like if it can go 80, but on the daily structure, it is hourly structure, it has broken. Now it may come to the level of 78 or 77 before it can go any further up or further down. So in case of USD INR, I would stay in sell mode until and unless it crosses the level of 80, that is the previous high. Okay, here it might be like some corrective pattern ABC, simple. So in the C, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's completed, or if it is something new happens, so it will go down. So stay in a sell mode in case of USD INR, not to buy. Bitcoin, yeah, similar as said earlier, like it is a slower form of downside, so it may go and reverses to the level of 25,500. That was called. It moved brilliantly, so stay in a buy mode, not to sell in case of Bitcoin. So it is going according to the pattern. So it will go and touch the level of 26,000 as soon as possible. So stay in a buy in case of Bitcoin, not to sell. In Nifty, so earlier we said like here it is maintaining the channel, so it might go up to the level of 16,750. After that, if it is correcting, it will come slower, then it go to the 17,450. That was a call. So it nearly now 17,242. So I'm just removing everything now. If I see this whole structure that is making like a diamond or some triangular structure, so I'm just adding the fresh here lines. Fine. And if I see the time wise, if this is a high and this is a down, much time is left to cross the earlier trend, that is 18,200 or something. It was a long consolidation phase. So here the move is a little bit faster. If you see from something, if started from here or this end, this will be the good sign. Like earlier we said, like here it might make a structure that of the triangle. That was a earlier structure which I was looking, but here it was a very small downside and then it went upside. So now it might go towards 17,900 or something. So stay in a buy, not to sell. You may expect some consolidation here, that's fine, but you will be finding towards Nifty to 17,800 or 17,600 level. So stay in a buy, not to sell. Bank Nifty, I hope we said in a stay in a buy. So that was happened. So we thought like here it is consolidate a little bit and go upside. So structurally hasn't changed much in case of Bank Nifty. So I would rather tell that request you people to stay in a buy or a small consolidation to expect here before it can go anywhere buy. So look for the buy setup, not to sell in case of Bank Nifty. So now individual stocks of Nifty top 10 stocks according to their weightages. So here, if I see this structure and this is a slower one, it may go a little bit higher, but one before it can go any further up, it will consolidate. So here I would say wait for a little bit so that it will confirm buy, because if I see this structure, this is a faster downside and whatever it is going, it is a slower upside. But if I consider it like something ended here, that then time that will be the different structure. But for that, you need to wait. So how the structure will behave, from that perspective I'm adding this. So it will be going to 2482 or 2589 in case if it is going higher and closing above the 2490. So above 2490, if it is staying, so we can look for the buy for at least 2589 or even to the 2722. But if I see this structure, I'm a little bit cautious because it might come down before it can go any further up. So HDFC Bank. So I did this. So earlier we said like here it will go down or go up. Same here. If I add the structure, it might become a triangle. From this angle, if I add only this much, that's fine. And overall structure, which is like not a diamond here, and here only it will happen. A diamond structure. It went upside. That's fine. Okay. It is a slower one, but at least if it is going above the 361, so 36%, or above like 38%, then we can say it can go. Because if I see this structure, this is like a one downside. If something has ended here, let's say something new has started here, that is a ABC again here. But something, if it is like the structure of diamond got over here, that is like A B C D E F, that is a structure which is presently making C D and E and F and G. That will be the new structure. From there, if it is going above again like a HDFC, it is, if it is going above 1450 and staying there, we would see 1550. But it may come a little bit and go upside. So stay in a buy in case of HDFC Bank, or you expect some consolidation before it can go further down or up. In this and Unilever, we were in the buy. So I said at least it will be going to go for 86. That brilliantly done. You can see from we were somewhere around here, or at this stage maybe 2448. From there it straight went to 80%, and even it can go to the 100%, because if you see this, this is a slower and this is a faster. Still there is a lot of time left. That is a 23 August. So look for buy, not to sell until unless it gives a confirmed sell. ICICI Bank, yeah, brilliantly done, brilliantly done. So earlier we said this, like here it will be going to do the structure that of the A and B and C. Stay in a buy at least up to the level of 840, not to sell in case of ICICI Bank. Infosys, it's a slower form, again making the structure that of the HDFC Bank and the HDFC, which is presently making. So similar structure that of the bank. So I'll add fresh here. Yes, okay. The movement is faster. So if something has ended here or at this point, it will be going like 1, 2, and 3. So we may go towards 1640 or may fill the gap. So stay in a buy in case of Infosys 2, that above if it is staying 1560. So staying above the 1560 would be buy for Infosys, or else we may expect some correction. ITC, yeah, earlier said like here minimum it will go to the 38% and to the 61%. So 61%, that 1.1618% will be 314. So here internally we need to see how the structure is behaving, because it is slower, like ending diagonal structure it is making. So sometimes if it is very slow, that may come to the downside. If you already bought, that's fine, book some profit and stay with a lower quantity or little quantity. So that may give you 314 in case of ITC. Kotak Mahindra, so we were in the buy. If it is a slower downside, it will be sell, but it may go to the level of 1950 or 1960 first before it can go any further down. So stay in a buy in case of Kotak 2, not to sell. L&T, so we were in the buy, so stay in a buy up to the level of 1859. That is the earlier high. if I see this, this is a beautiful one more structure. Like whenever it is making a longer one and a shorter leg, that is this leg I'm talking about, that will be going 80% is the minimum and 100% is the second target. So 80% it did and 100% it may go. So stay in a buy for 1860. And similar to this, it will be like A, B, and C here. 50% of this total structure, that is a bigger structure. Again, that will be to the 1771. So here you may see some 1950 or odd levels if it is crossing 1860. So stay in a buy. If it is coming to 1860, we may see one up, or from 1860 we can see some consolidation, and then it will go for the upper side. So overall structure is still in the buy side in case of L&T. Reliance. So here we said look for the buy. It was making the structure that of the W, and stay in a buy for at least up to the level of 2700, or before that, that will be like 80% of this structure, that is a 2695. So stay in a buy, not to sell in case of Reliance. This is a slower one, it may go upper one. So the halfway will be 2600. So above that will be good sign. And TCS, stay in a buy, as we here discussed that we may see some diagonal or a triangle like a structure, or here it is again a W kind of a structure. So we may see 34,110 or 35,11, right? Yes, 33 or 34, yeah, 3400 to 3500. So look for the buy in case of TCS2, not to sell. One more chart, that is Bajaj Finance. Oh, what happened to this? It was brilliant move. But as a structure, we said like at least it will be going to go 68,110. So that has done yesterday or in the last trade. Now will see this as an angle of buy or sell. So there is a lot of time left. If it is crossing above this, that is 7,500 before 30th August, means month end, it may go towards 8,000 also. So look for buy in case of Bajaj Finance, not to sell as of now. But if it is like gap down or something, again, it may come and consolidate before it can go any further up. So that would be the possible structure in case of Bajaj Finance. This is for the next week. If you find useful, please do share among your friends and family members. This video is made only for the education purpose. Please do take your expert advice before making any trading or investing decisions. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. Yes, it's time. Okay.